Previously, we talked about competing in the market with an absolute advantage and creating a famous brand is this absolute advantage because no one in this world can steal your brand. And this is exactly why building a good brand that everyone recognizes will give you the perfect advantages to dominate in the market. Welcome back to another David since our last episode. Now, today we have a couple of points that will show you why and how to build your famous brand. Now let's go through them. First, when we say someone is famous, why is a person famous? Yes, it's because this person is consistently being seen by lots of people. This is the definition of being famous, is that person is pretty much known by lots of people just because lots of people have seen this person. That is what a famous person means. Now, what is a famous brand? Exactly the same token like a famous person is a brand that has seen many times by people, lots of people, and people can easily recognize this brand just because it's famous. It is so important to have a famous brand. Now imagine brands like Gucci. Huge lineups waiting outside the outlet Gucci store. And everyone spent lots of money, like say $10,000 or $50,000 just to buy a bag with the Gucci logo or LV. Now compare this with say like a no-name brand that you're trying to sell for say $10 American, and even people still try to lowball you, like, hey, can you sell for $5 or $6, $7? Oh, it's too expensive, $10. Why is there such a big difference? Just because this bag is from Gucci or LV. Now, recognize people's mentality that if it's a famous brand, they are just willing to pay crazy amount of money to you. But if it's something they don't know, they will use that mentality that, oh, you know what, since I don't know about it, it's just better for me to pay a lower price. This is what differentiates a famous brand from just like a Joe Doe brand. And because of this reason, we need whatever services, products we sell, whatever our company are, we have to make sure we build a really famous brand so that we can get up there, not just to compete like anyone else or try to price yourself low and not doing anything good for your business. So another important thing these days is a lot easier to build a famous brand because of the existence of social media. Versus maybe way back 20 years ago, in order to even get anyone to know, you gotta pay the TV channels or the billboards or newspapers. Nowadays, they are all free. As long as you put in the effort to get it done right, you can equally have a famous brand just like any of the big corporations. And this is exactly why we need to put our focus on social media to get your names out, to get people to recognize you. Now, how often are you going to post on social media so that it becomes the most effective marketing tool for you? Now, using my business as an example, our online business, online virtual mall, compoolockers.com, what happened is every single day we post at least 6 posts on Facebook. And these 6 times, once at 7 a.m. for our brand name Compoolockers. And we are a virtual mall selling products to any buyers in South America, in Latin America, and also helping people to build a financial destiny. Now, once at 7 a.m., once at 10:30 a.m., because these are the times that we just want to say hello. 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 10 p.m., and once more at midnight. Maybe you ask, wow, that is too much. You know, like, do you really need to do so much? Like 6 times every day? True? Real? It is. Because one important thing I previously mentioned, you shouldn't think about competing with your competitors, but instead, you need to think about dominating. Dominate them. Find a niche market, a very small sector that you are very good at. The previous examples that I told you would be, say, you can be like a steak restaurant, but you tailor your steak restaurant only for the seniors. Making sure that the dishes that you create are very healthy, are tailored for the seniors. And this is so you become focused on like a very niche market, only like a very small targeted customers, but you are the number one, you are the specialist. And this is why you avoid yourself from competing with the rest of the pack, but instead you dominate that small market. Today I talk about 5 important points about branding. Is being famous means that you have been seen many times. And that same applies to a brand. You have to build a brand that can be seen many times. And how? Through social media, because it's free and also very effective compared to the traditional media. Very important to make your brand famous, because people, not only will they pay you more money, but you also don't have to compete with the rest of the people. Do it as often on Facebook as possible. Do your best. Just if you really want to survive in this business, it's all about hard working. That's why post the right messages as much as possible to get people to see you. Last but not least, don't think about just competing. You need to dominate, even though it's a very small sector, but you are the specialist in this sector.